Welcome back. This Saturday, over 120 nurses in the Denver Metro will be recognized for their incredible work in our community. The Nightingale Awards honors nurses that advance the profession in categories like leadership, advocacy, and innovation. I spoke to two nurses who are nominated and the challenges they faced during this pandemic.
Perhaps at no other period in our lifetime have we heard more about nurses. Their bravery, their sacrifices. Where would we be without them in this pandemic?
We're tired, but we can rally, and we are a resilient bunch. And as strong as COVID might be, we are stronger.
That's why this year's Nightingale Awards is much more significant. Nurse Kelly McIntosh is nominated for clinical leadership. Her peers say she's a tremendous leader in the cardiac unit and handled COVID with positivity, grace, true moral and personal resilience.
Created links for all the patients that we actually transferred out of the ICU, and how big that chain got by the end of one of our surges. And that's just a huge accomplishment. I'll never forget that chain.
And she credits her team for everything.
They work tirelessly. They show up day in and day out and don't ask for a fleck of recognition. So it's easy to love them.
Last year, when the community was in lockdown and lines at stores circled the block, Kelly heard her nurses and took action.
One of my nurses just commented that on her day off, she spent hours waiting in line at Costco to get food. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is something we can do something about. And so I posted something on Instagram for Costco, and 3 days later, it just happened that they let healthcare professionals and first responders in the doors without waiting in lines.
Nurse Kathy Casey is making a global impact. She's nominated for administrative advocacy. 20 years ago, she developed the Casey Fink Graduate Nurse Experience Survey. It's now used worldwide.
We measure their experience at the beginning of our residency program at 6 months and 12 months, really, and that helps us design our curriculum, our program to support them.
A colleague says she listens to the voices of graduate nurses and through kindness and caring serves as an advocate to support the growth of each individual RN.
It's hugely gratifying, and certainly that is something that I've wanted to make a difference in nursing profession. My mother is a nurse. My mother is still alive. She's been a nurse over 70 years and still has that passion. And I think my passion really comes from that need to educate our next generation.
These nurses and the thousands in our schools, hospitals, and care centers are there for all of us.
We, as nurses, have education and training that we come with our own ethical values. We are taught that so that we are respectful of all people, that we care for all, regardless of who they are.
And the pandemic has only made them more dedicated.
It's exceptionally challenging. It's hard. It's exhausting work. But once again, I do feel like, we go through a crucible almost, and we come out the other side stronger and new somehow.
The Denver Regional Nightingale Awards is this Saturday. I am proud to MC this event. You can learn more at drnanursingnetwork.com.